Welcome to Let's Make Waves podcast. I'm Rana Al-Basri Mawad, and I believe that we're all here to make waves. I created this podcast to help you unlock your potential by sharing with you tools, resources, and strategies to help you build and grow your business. So if you're looking to build your brand, gain that confidence and knowledge, content and marketing strategies, find your professional voice, attract those raving customers, and create the professional authority for better business opportunities, then you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new week and a new edition of my podcast. I'm very honored that you've joined me today. Thank you for that. When we're first starting our journey in entrepreneurship, that new stage in your life is like a stage of excitement and planning and forward motion. It is also definitely a stage that is filled with courage. And I say courage because it does take a lot of courage to move from an idea into action. A lot of people have ideas, but making a business out of it is another thing. It is also a stage of courage because you took that leap of faith to place bets on yourself. You put your faith in your experience and you decided to believe in yourself. Now, there are a lot of factors that go into play when anyone decides to take the shift into entrepreneurship. Sure, but one of those factors has to start with believing that you can do it and you can bring something different and new to the table. Also, part of that stage is something that almost everyone who started a business has experienced, and that is fear. Fear of failure, maybe fear of success, fear of the unknown. The common one is imposter syndrome. That internal struggle where you believe you are not competent enough, not experienced enough, or not good enough. So many of us start strong, but then get that roadblock that sadly paralyzes many of us into overanalyzing. The battle with high expectation, perfectionism, social pressures, and all of that. If you're starting something new where you haven't yet gained the industry or professional authority yet, that imposter syndrome shows its ugly face every time. But here's the thing, we all start somewhere. The biggest coach started with one client. The best teacher started with one student. And that successful designer started with the first collection. This is where you're starting, and it is time to lean into your newness. And by leaning in, I mean recognizing that you are on the first step, but the only way is up. So if you are new in a business that you have no experience in, but you're greatly passionate about, if that is the case for you, then focus on your content. And what I mean about that is, let's say you decided to open a shop or boutique and you've never worked technically in fashion, but this is something that you're very passionate about. You have a great talent for curating and fashion buying the latest trends and all of the styles. So you've studied the business aspect well. You've done your homework when it comes to the whole business planning part. And you're very confident that this new venture you're about to take is solid. If that is the case, your safest bet is to focus on your content. Put your efforts on communicating that product or the service that you're offering. Give your customers the confidence that they need by sharing as much as possible about your business. This is what you know best, so focus on what you know. And that will translate into material that will carry that message and that will carry that knowledge to your audience. But there's another scenario. And the second scenario is if you're in a business that you have previous experience in, but you don't have clients yet. Then what you need to do in that case is to focus on your experience and the results that you made in the past. So let me give you an example. If you've worked for many, many years in an ad agency, and now you decided to launch your own creative hub or creative studio, you will start with no clients. That's the start. But you have a portfolio of so many campaigns and creative work that has been super successful for your clients for advertising or branding campaigns. So you're not really starting from scratch. You have proven your skills and expertise, and you have the material to prove that. So let that be your point of communication. Let your audience, your potential customers, your potential clients, let your audience in on the type of projects that you've done in the past. So whichever type of newbie you are, I'd like to share with you 5 very important shifts that will help you today if you decide to use them and start building your authority and gaining confidence when you're just starting out. Okay? So let's start. The first is stay true to yourself. Every time you're feeling like a fraud or you're feeling that you don't belong, go back to the day and the time that you decided to take that shift in your life. You started this business because you had certain objectives and goals. Put them in the front and center when you are experiencing such kind of hesitation. By always reminding yourself of the goals, you start looking for different strategies that are aligned with the goals and that will need your full focus to get you a step closer to those goals. So stay true to yourself. The second thing is know your material and create your content. No one knows your business more than you. Please remember that. Focus on putting together material and content that communicates that. Communicate from a place of confidence and create content from a place of knowledge and focus. The hurdle comes when you fall in the trap of looks versus the message. So before you worry about any of those vanity-related branding or social traps, focus on your message, your story, and ways that you can get access to the people who would be interested in you and in your business. These people are your audience. That's your priority because you'll gain confidence as your business starts gaining clients and customers. So always start from there. The third thing is set expectations for your customers. Promise what you can deliver. When you're first starting out, transparency is key because you're still in the early stages of building your name and your brand. People still don't know your experience and people still don't understand fully your passion and your point of view. So show them by caring to give them transparent expectations of what they will get if they decide to work with you. So my tip would be, don't only promise what you can deliver, always over-deliver when you're starting out because you can afford at that stage to go that extra mile to gain trust of your clients. Okay, so now it's number 4. And number 4 is own your style. It's nice to be inspired by your mentors or individuals who you look up to in the industry that you're in. You might feel tempted to do things their way. Getting inspired is one thing, but copying is something else. So own your style, own your voice, own your journey. It is more sustainable in the long term when you have full control of your style and your voice. Because at one point, you might slip, you might fail because it's not you and it does not translate the real you. So always focus on owning your style. The last point is remember that you cannot serve everybody. So focus on your ideal customer. Especially when you're starting out, you need to carve your way in the clutter of content and business out there. So the best way to do that is to focus on who you can really, really serve and double down on niching that target. The more specific you are, the faster you will be known as the right person for your audience, and soon you will start building authority and reputation because of that. From there, if you decide to branch out, create complementary services or products, enlarge your target audience focus, that would be much easier to accomplish because that will be an extension of a success that you already did in phase 1 because you have a solid base. Okay? So these are the 5 shifts to build authority when you're just starting out. Okay? Stay true to yourself. Know your material and create content, set the right expectations, own your style, and remember that you cannot serve everybody. In the end, please remember this. Until you gain confidence, lean in on your personal courage. Invest in yourself. Seek and build a support system. And it's very important in, having the right mindset at that stage. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. As always, I'd love to hear from you, so please feel free to connect with me on my website or on social. Also, don't forget to subscribe, maybe leave a nice review if you think I deserve it. Can't wait to touch base with you this time next week. So till then, have a great week and take care.